Okay, this is a Rumpelstiltskin hat. I know it doesn't say R, but we always use it as Rumpelstiltskin. And Rumpelstiltskin quite often reviewed the file of the Ascended Masters and said, what the hell are they doing? What the hell are they doing? They come in and they have small groups of people and they're channeled in and they talk about the great play of consciousness that's going on in planet Earth, and you're all part of it. And he says, you're supposed to work on yourself. This is the way of mastery. Well, I took Sananda's advice. It was more than 10 years ago. And I worked on myself, and I worked on myself, and I worked on myself. There is no such thing as mastery. There is no such thing. You would think if you raise your vibration and consciousness and just be love, that you would be able to manifest a better timeline, that you would not be suffering endless torture day after day after day. I do. I suffer. And I know I mark these videos after the fact as being a comic and actor, but the truth is the truth. That the information that comes through me is, I don't know who does it, and I don't know what their agenda is, but the agenda primarily is to keep me in torture state. Tortured, 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 endless pain, endless being visited by demonics. So if I'm a master, why can't I manifest this better timeline that all these other commentators who are channeling all these other things say is supposed to happen? Where is the fifth dimension, the 5D? Where is the age of Aquarius that the band, The Fifth Dimension, sang about in 1969? I mean, if I do all the work for mastery, as Sananda told me, how come I'm still here in hell? And how come I don't have any kind of free will? In other words, I don't. My free will is to get the hell out of here. I can't. I'm trapped here. So I'm going to warn you that if you listen to all these commentators that are all about love and light, and that everything is going perfectly according to the plan, if you listen to Chiron of Magnetic Service, who constantly goes on for hours and hours about how much he loves you, but nothing ever changes, you have to start questioning these beings that are being channeled by humans, giving all this information. As far as I'm concerned, they are ultimate liars. They tell lie after lie. Oh, it's going to be the Lionsgate portal on the 8th of August every year. And, oh, yeah, the energies are kooky and crazy and horrible to live through. And every time there's a new moon, oh, there's a new chance to manifest. Nothing changes. It's a big flippin' lie. How do you exit the matrix? I don't know. All I know is if you're following all of these commentators that say, it's just around the corner, it's just around the corner, it ain't. It's been too long. And even as far as the Celestine prophecy goes, and that was like 25 years ago, James Redfield said it was going to be a time of a great awakening. No, it ain't. People don't awake. They don't awake. And even when you are aware of the nightmare, like I am, and you've been working on your personal mastery, you are master of zip, because you can't change your reality. It doesn't matter how much love and light you carry, nothing changes. What are ascension codes? Nothing works. It's all lie after lie after lie. And they sugarcoat it and they talk, oh, it's so wonderful, all this stuff that's going on, these downloads and things. I'm sorry. I've been part of this great study of everything for a very long time. And I'm telling you from my personal experience, everything is a lie. Everything, this place is the house of lies. And if you want to call it anything other than lies, you're, I'm sorry. Proof is in the pudding. As far as, people saying you're going to get a better timeline. I'm sorry. I haven't got a better timeline. I've got the same shitty timeline I've had for so many years. It's unbelievably brutal. Physical ailments, they call them ascension symptoms. They ain't. It's the demonics that just send you more and more and more torture to your body. It's not ascension symptoms. It is not. In the past, I was given to tell you, that if you are haunted by demonics, then you're doing a good job and you're raising your frequency, and pretty soon they're going to be gone. Sorry, that was a ghoul feed. In other words, a lie told to me by a demon. This place is hell, and it is full of demons. There is no doubt about it. They possess people constantly. They run the show. And as far as Stuart Wilde, the late Stuart Wilde, and his great visions of the downfall of the demonic, it doesn't happen. So whatever vision he had, apparently he died of a heart attack in Ireland. He always said he was going to walk out of this reality into another reality he called the Aluna, which is another, I don't know what the hell the Aluna is. He never really gave a good explanation for it. It's also something that the Kogi shamans of northern Colombia and South America talk about. I don't see it. I don't see no change. That's a double negative. There is no change in my experience. Nothing is true. Regardless of how much you meditate, what good is the meditation? Well, if you're tortured by demonics and you meditate, you still feel a lot of pain and uncomfortableness. It's a retreat. It's a retreat, and does it help you? It's what I do. It comes naturally, but it doesn't remove the demonic, and they come back day after day after day. So, being someone who's got inner silence, like I told you yesterday, it doesn't remove the demonics. Nothing seems to get rid of the demonic. And where does the start of the demonic? Is it demonic fields? Frequency fields? Is it source fields? What is source? What are source fields? Like that's what people keep talking about. Source, it's God. Where is God in all of this? Where is benevolence? Why is it that when Dr. David R. Hawkins, who wrote all of these books on consciousness research, his first book was called Power versus Force. He said anything that was 199 and below on the scale of human consciousness is force. And everything that's 200 and above and keeps going upwards on the scale is power. So why is it that all these, powerful beings allow this to go on? The power of an archangel? I don't see any archangels around. I don't see nothing. I see no sign of power. All I see is endless force. Endless, endless force. And if you do your personal work and you clean yourself up, you're still living in hell and you're still going to be surrounded by demonics. So, you can do your personal work. And what mastery do you get? You don't have mastery of nothing. Nothing changes. Your vibration, Abraham Hicks said, you raise your vibration, you'll have an instant manifestation. No, not in my experience. It's a big flippin' lie. This place is, I don't know. I can't figure it out. So many lies. And even, these past teachers from the 1980s, 90s, and 2000s, whatever they said, to do in order to become more awakened or something, or more spiritually advanced, or more benevolent, You have no power. You have no ability to change reality. There's no change in reality, regardless of what you're doing. Dr. David Hawkins said one sage at 700 on the scale of human consciousness counterbalances the negativity of, I don't know, a million people or something, or 2 million people. It's not true, because we're not at a neutral state here on planet Earth. We are constantly seeing highly negative things happening every day. Every day, someone gives you a story about another nightmare, another car accident, another mass shooting, another drunk person that has to get thrown out of the bar. Not that they haven't been in the bar a million times, but they still let them back in. Somebody else said, you've got a very dark view of humans. No, I don't. I have a very realistic view of humans. I see humans who are affluent, who enjoy their affluence, and they look at the problem, evil, and they don't look at themselves. How are they part of the evil? Well, they would rather enjoy their affluence than, get straight to work. And the problem is true, like, what do you work on? How do you change this place? Some spiritual teaching is you can't solve a spiritual problem at the level of consciousness it was created at. I've been working on raising my consciousness. I can't solve the problem. How much higher can I go? I don't know. There is nothing else. There is nothing else for me to learn. All I can tell you is this is the ultimate shit show. And whatever is maintaining the shit show, whether it's mind control, which I think is going on, I think there's a lot of mind control, which is invisible ways of controlling humans. The synchronicities that I see, oh yes, I do see the synchronicities, but it doesn't lead you out of the nightmare. They're part of the nightmare, the endless nightmare of living on hell, planet hell. Stuart Wilde once said, you have to get used to being in hell. You've got to learn to be happy in hell. How can you be happy in hell? I don't know. With endless pain in your body, you're somehow supposed to, sickness in your stomach feels sick. I feel sick all the time. I feel sick all the time. And I've got demonics constantly at me. There is no solution in anything right now. So, if I was going to channel Rumpelstiltskin, he's going to say, I told you so. I told you so. You can point your finger at individual beings, and sometimes they're, average Joes. Other times you see them in their demonic form. When are we ever going to see a great upwelling of benevolent angelics? I don't know. Where are the outside angelics? Where are all these enormously powerful love beings? I don't know. What is Bashar talking about raising yourself out of, it's not dimension, it's the third density to fourth density, and then there's always an exception. You might have a negatively polarized being in the fourth dimension or something, or the fourth density. I can't get my head around it. It's all lies. You can listen to these people, and I want to barf when I listen to them because I'm feeling really sick. And I listen to them and I go, you're lying. And I know they can't stop because they're mind controlled by whatever it is they're connecting to that's lying. It's an impossible situation. So if you're Rumpelstiltskin, the king of inks, tattoos, no, he's the king of never getting too much involved anymore because he's decided that he can't change it. So he's gone away. And if he's running a tailoring shop, he's not really coming around here too much to tell me anything. All I know is day after day, as a human, observing the human scene, I am disgusted. In the original Star Trek, there was a group of advanced beings that could manifest themselves as humans or demanifest themselves into pure light. And they had enormous power. They could disable weaponry, they could change reality. If you're developing on the path of mastery, you should be able to manifest like a sandwich or something out of thin air, shouldn't you? No, it doesn't happen that way. And I know on our channel, Bob Frizzell often says, "Well, if everyone goes along with the program, then sacred economics will happen, and by serendipity and synchronicity, you'll get what you need." Well, whatever Bob Frizzell is talking about, I don't see it. I don't see it. All I get is endless pain day after day after day. And then I have my moments when I'm acting for the camera and different characters come through. But if you want to know what my day is really like, it's a lot of physical pain and it's a lot of dealing with, I'm not dealing with, just listening to demonics. Beings that are made to be demonic by mind control. I don't know. I don't know how to get to the root of where all this demonic is coming from. I mean, you can chase down leads, but you can't get a good answer. And even if you could figure it out, how are you going to disable it? I don't know what to do. And I can't leave it up to you because you'll never be able to figure it out. If I can't figure it out, I'm a smart person. And I'm connecting to other beings, and all I ever get connected to are people who are either just like me that are going, oh, I don't know how I get through the day every day, or I connect to beings that say, we got all the answers, and after you listen to them for 3 minutes, you realize they're another idiot that doesn't have a clue and they're just lying. Where is the truth? What is an ascended master? I don't know. If you think you're an ascended master here on earth, why isn't reality changing? Where are these different timelines people talk about? Do you experience matrix glitches? Sometimes I do see things that are, not normal, but they never lead you out of the prison planet that Alex Jones talks about. They never leave you out. In other words, the words are not the ones I was going to say. I was going to say, it never leads you out, and then I get something different. Why is that? Because in the end, I am unable to express my free will. If I have been working on myself for so many years, raising my consciousness, and yet there are other beings, entities, whatever, that overpower my personal free will to do anything, then whatever the path is that we're given to do by these beings to achieve mastery is a lie. So, but the problem with the whole issue, or the problem with this whole thing, is life exists. Life itself exists, despite the fact we seem to be ruled by incredibly negative beings. So how is it that life continues in high negativity? By rights, a highly negative place should fall into chaos and disruption and death. But I look around and I see life. So somehow we're alive, but we experience unbelievable negative fields, and life goes on. How can that be? It's an incredible paradox. Rumpelstiltskin, the king of imps, has bugged out. It basically is a term that means he's left the game. My free will is to leave the game, and I can't. So, trapped on Prison Planet, I continue to commentate and give you updates. I am the actor, Bobby Burrows, and my physical body is tortured every